All right, guys, today we're in a creek that is right in the middle of a ghost town. This town was built around a lumber yard that was booming at the time. There was a sawmill here, there was a grist mill, as well as a ton of homes. And if you look in the creek, the first sign that you see if you're in an old area a lot of times are the old bricks. And this is a handmade brick. So we know we're in the right area, and hopefully we're gonna find some awesome antique glass today. So let's go see what we can come up with.
So I think that I see the very first bottle of the day right there in the center of the screen. I see a hobble skirt. We've had massive flooding since the last time that I was at this particular spot. Oh, there went a snake right there in front of me. How about that? I don't know what kind he is. Do you? Oh, mini spast. Right next to the bottle. People always ask about the snakes. We see them all the time. November 16th. 1915 right there. Oh, it's got a big old flash crack, but that is a West Blockton, Alabama 1915, home to the smallest Coca-Cola plant there is. And boy howdy guys, I wish that that thing didn't have that massive crack right through there. That's about a $150 hobble skirt. Still a really nice bottle. We're gonna take it out. We'll still clean it up. And this one will probably end up on the eBay store. I found quite a few through the years. So if you're looking for West Blockton, it'll be there soon. I'm trying to take my time and walk through here ever so slowly because it is a little bit difficult to see today. But you just never know what's going to happen. So let's keep walking and hopefully I can still spot some stuff through the murk. What a big crawfish right there in front of me. He's a good size. So we've seen a snake and a crawfish. What else do you think we can see? Hey, I see a bottle. Looks like it's gonna be a modern beer bottle. But we're gonna go after it. Bottom to a, looks like a Corona based off the clarity. Pick my rake back up. There's a neck to a bottle. Set that down for just a second while I pick it up. Another beer bottle. That one's a good bit thicker though. I believe this one's probably from the 20s. And just like that, the glass is picking up quickly. Appears to be another beer bottle bottom. Yep, sure is. So we've got to walk back this way. I'm gonna create little bitty piles that I'll pick up. My goodness, look at the size of that spider. Laid my hand right down next to it. I mean, that is a big spider, guys. Snakes and spiders and crawfish, oh my. This creek is loaded with wildlife, but also there's not one house or structure left to this ghost town. So we're in a really, really wild area. This is one of the spots that no one kayaks, no one really swims. There's really no activity here other than a few bridges that crosses. So if you see modern trash, that was thrown from a bridge. Since I am solo, I am zigzagging back and forth today, keeping the cloud of silt behind me. Boy, this looks like a good spot. That looks like that may be a good board right there. I could double. Put my rake down. Don't float away. That might be our clacker board. That looks exactly like what I was hoping to find. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna prop it up against this tree. Try to let all of the snails detach and fall back in. And when we're walking back, picking up the glass, we'll grab it. We're not too far from the truck right now. That's it. That's exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna cut that one in half, mount them side by side, and hang all of our miner's tags on it. They're both from about the same era. So that's really neat. Glad to have found a board. I was hoping I would be able to today. And if you're new to the channel and you missed the previous videos, we got into an old coal mining ghost town and started finding a ton of the coal miner tags over the last couple of months. And it's turned into a very fun project to go out and recover those tags. I think so far we've pulled around 40 out of the creek. And a lot of people want to know if we know the name of the mine. We do. Sadly, we cannot tell you the name of the mine without giving away our hunting location. You're about to see not necessarily a log jam, but just an area that's loaded with limbs that we'll have to crawl through. And that's why we don't carry rafts or floats or kayaks with us to fill up, because it would be a nightmare to get through that. An absolute nightmare. Oftentimes it's difficult just to crawl through with a backpack on. That looks like a good catch point in front of that rock. See how you can see the gravel in front of it instead of the sand? That's always a good sign. You can spot a bottle when you see gravel like that. So here we are at the point of no return. We've got to get through this mess. And hopefully there's no snakes waiting on us. I think the path of least resistance is going to be to the right. What I do with my stick though is I'll take and kind of shimmy the tree just a little bit. Scare the snakes off of it, hopefully. Now that I said that, I'll have one land on my head. And then you've got to go around all of these wonderful thorns that are everywhere. At least it's not devil's cane. Okay, there we go. Hey, at least it's clear on this side. So this happened. I did not make it out of here in time. It is pouring down rain on me. Nothing else has cooled me down tremendously. But I have to be mindful. This thing could raise very, very quickly with the amount of rain that's coming down right now. We'll just have to see. I'm now on the creek bank. It got too deep out there. And this is not fun. We found the 1915 with a crack, and that's it. The struggle is real. The rain only lasted about 45 minutes, but it was enough to murk us out of the Sawmill Creek. That's not going to stop us today, though. I do have here the Blu3 Nomad Mini, along with an OTS full face mask. We're about to go dive the coal mining ghost town for lost relics. This is a hookah setup. It is going to allow us to get into those deep pockets that I can't see the bottom of while we're mudlarking, and hopefully there's some awesome treasure waiting on us. I hope that you guys don't mind. I'm going to have to use a GoPro while I'm underwater, and the quality is always terrible, but I hope you guys will hang in there for it to see what's on the bottom with me. As mentioned, we did change towns. After the rain at the sawmill town, the water was too murky to be able to see. So I jumped in the truck, grabbed my hookah setup, and drove an hour north. Thankfully, the rain did not hit there and the water's not as murky. As you can see here, I'm already on the bottom of the river and scouring it, searching for lost relics from the coal miners. This particular site has provided us with all kinds of cool history in the past. I'm not sure how many of you have diving experience and know the difference between a regular scuba setup and a hookah setup, but I'll explain that to you now. A hookah setup is basically a breathing apparatus that floats on the water above you. There is a line that tethers you to this breathing apparatus that provides you the air supply that you need, so you are tankless. There is no tank on your back. There is a battery on this particular motor or compressor that lasts for about an hour, allowing you to be on the bottom of the river an hour at a time. So it is much, much better than just having a snorkel and goggles. This also comes in very handy for me because I mudlark lots and lots of waterways here in Alabama. I know where the deep pockets are, and sometimes I do get my friend Johnny to come over and help me dive the areas that I'm not sure about. But this site has clear water and no obstacles. So let's see what we can find, and hopefully we'll find some really cool stuff. Check that, I just got a freaking hutch. Oh, the lip is gone. You gotta be kidding me. That looks like a fresh break. Oh. I just got a Wizola bottling company with a sheared lip. If that's not frustrating, I don't know what is. Nice circle slug hutch. Still got the stopper in it. It's a bit dirty, but I'll take that any day of the week. That looks like that was a recent break. So something that people may not know is these bottles are deposited in here for multiple ways. One of which is they used to dump trash off these banks. So these will roll out of the banks after every good rain. The other option is that there was actually saloons along these banks, and people that were drinking at the saloon would throw the bottles directly off the back deck of the saloon into the creek. Usually those are more rash. This looks like this was a creek deposit. I just hate that it's not in terrific shape. That's okay. So those first two locations produced two really amazing bottles. Sadly, both had damage, and that affects the value greatly. That's okay though, they're still cool pieces of history and I'm glad to have them. However, today is day 2 and we're gonna head to one of my favorite places, which is a small ditch creek. And this particular ditch was a spot that was loaded with privy trash. What would happen is the privies would be dipped out and they were dumped right into this little ditch. We have found all kinds of awesome bottles and relics here, ranging from about the 1860s all the way up to the 1920s. So let's go see what we can find right now. Look at the neck on this. I'm not sure what it would have been. It's definitely the right age bracket. At least a century old. Could be 20s, but it's just very decorative. I don't know what that was. We're gonna keep it though. We'll find some use for it. Been pretty slow so far, but I'm just now getting back in here into the heart of this little creek. And the very first emboss bottle that I got was this Moraline, or Moraline, depending on how you want to pronounce it. I think this was somebody that was a competitor of Vaseline, but I'm not positive. Still a pretty cool little bottle. We're gonna take it and we're gonna hope that up there through the jungle that there's gonna be a couple more goodies waiting on us. All right, we got a little medicine right here. You can see it looks like the neck's gonna be there. The question is, are you gonna be embossed? Oh, it's a slick. Dag nabbit. I was really hoping for a local town on that one, but you can't always win every single time you pick something up. So let's keep going. I see what appears to be an interesting little bottle right here. Let's see if it's whole. It is whole. Oh, it's got a picture on it. It says Old Quaker, and there's the Quaker State guy right there. That's pretty cool. That's probably 1930s though, but that's a pretty neat little find. That's not something that we find every day of the week. And it is a cork top. So let's keep it, keep going. That kind of makes me a little bit more excited to see what may be further ahead. Looks like a hill to one right there. Oh, it's broken. There's a bottom to an old stone beer. As you can see, the glass is starting to pick up. So let's see if we can find a soda in here. Got another little medicine right there. Let's see if it's got anything on it. Oh, it's another slick corker. Man, I want one of these today with a town on it. We got another snake today, guys. Look at this guy, how big he is. You see his head right there? He is not a venomous snake. He's right around 5 foot long. He's a good guy. He's the guy that'll catch rodents for you. So we're definitely leaving that guy alone. I just figured I would show him off to y'all. It is absolutely humid, hot, and muggy. So it doesn't surprise me that he's down here in this creek bottom. All right, I almost walked right by it. You can see the neck of it right here. It looks like it's gonna be too long to be super old, but probably Deco era. Nope, not even Deco era. 60s or 70s, not what we're looking for. So check it out, I was walking right up the creek. There's a big tree across back there, so I climbed up on the bank right here to go around. And right here on the surface was a bud wine. It says, makes you glad you're thirsty, which is pretty cool. It says minimum contents, and then it has a patent number back here. It says bottle patent number 52423. Licensed for bud wine only. That's pretty cool. I wish it would have had a town on it, but it is an aqua variant, it looks like. And that will clean up nice. I'm excited to have that.
I want to take just a few minutes to go over something that I have in the past about the channel, but I think that it's well worth revisiting, especially with what's going on currently in my life. With that being said, most of you are aware by now that we're in the middle of a giant move. We're trying to sell our house, move thousands of antique bottles into storage units, storage sheds, and my parents' house. So our lives are kind of turned upside down at the moment. We've been trying our best to keep our videos on schedule, which is 8 a.m. Central Time on Fridays on YouTube and 1:30 p.m. Central Time on Facebook. However, it's been a bit difficult. We like our videos to be around 20 minutes, and thankfully, in time, I've built a file on my computer that I've dumped random clips into, and I call it the Forgotten Files. So in today's video, there are a few clips that are from the Forgotten Files. Some of them are several years old, some of them are about a year old. Most of this video though was filmed within the last week. With the rain and the move though, it has made it incredibly difficult, and I just want you guys to be aware that some of these clips are mixed in from other time periods. And I want you to not think that I'm being dishonest. So I'm being upfront and telling you guys now, just so that you're aware. We're working really hard on getting everything moved though. Once it is moved, things will go back to normal. I'm thinking within the next 2 weeks, our videos should get substantially better. The edits will be better, and I'll have more time to focus in on locations on where we're gonna be looking for stuff. So I really appreciate you guys that hang out and watch us every single week. It means a ton to me and my family. And I am sorry again for being so scattered the last couple of weeks and limited on being able to answer all of the comments. With that being said, if you're new here and you're not subscribed to the channel already, I invite you to do so if you enjoyed what you saw today. And we will see you guys in the next adventure.